What's going on, guys? This is going to be a quick video. This is kind of breaking news that I just saw on the interwebs. HairClone to start hair multiplication services by 2022. So that's pretty big news, and I wanted to share it with you guys and just jump on the gun to show you what's going on. So this is the article that's linked on Reddit. By the way, guys, if you do want to come on the channel, do an interview about your hair loss, whatever you've chosen, hair systems, shaving your head, all that kind of stuff, make sure you hit me up in the comments or on Instagram or email me, jake@dillymedia. So anyways, getting back into this, HairClone to offer cell expansion service in 2022. So this is an article that's written kind of journalistically, and it talks about HairClone as an organization that was first covered in 2016 and what's going on currently. So we're going to read this article together and go through it. It says HairClone to start cell expansion in early 2022. So it says, I always assumed that HairClone's actual hair cloning or hair multiplication procedure was still a few years away. They have yet to even start human clinical trials. When it comes to autologous hair cell multiplication and transplantation, some countries have less stringent guidelines. HairClone will offer its cell expansion hair multiplication services on a select basis in certain clinics in the UK starting in early 2022. That's huge. Dr. Kemp has consulted with regulators, and they're very supportive of this step as a way to ensure that the future expensive and lengthy clinical trials have a much greater chance of success. So this is interesting. I've never heard of anything happening like this. It says apparently in the UK only clinicians can offer unlicensed procedures prior to clinical trials, which is kind of crazy. Sounds dangerous a little, but you know, whatever. So this guy or girl, whoever is the author here, is doing some pros and cons, at least from their perspective. I said positives. The renowned and widely respected researcher Dr. Claire Higgins joined HairClone's advisory board on August 30th. HairClone will be hiring more scientific advisors besides Dr. Claire Higgins in the near future, which would be great if they try to get Dr. Roland Lauster into the team, and a recent tweet suggests monthly update meetings with PhD students. Hair Club has devised a very unique and creative way to get funding that includes crowdfunding, giving people who fund the company's research preference with the actual treatment when it comes out, allowing investment in equity, offering leading hair transplant clinics around the world membership opportunities, and most interesting of all, hair follicle banking and storage. I'm not gonna lie, guys, like I might actually look into this when it comes to investment and the potential of somehow being involved in this. You know, I mean, I need to do my research, obviously, but if hair cloning actually does work and they get the patent for it, they build the technology out and they want to franchise this, I would 100% open up something like this. I think it's incredible. So the negatives, by far the biggest negative is that this is way too early in the game, and who knows when the trials will commence and whether the company will succeed with its dermal papilla focused cloning technology in the first place, or if they get sufficient funding. Related to the above, Solomon interviewed Dr. Claire Higgins earlier this year, and she generally sounded pessimistic about new treatments and said the following about cloning. Solomon corrected me in the comments and said she was only talking about cell injections, but I think she sounded pessimistic about the hair cloning timeframe in the whole interview. Because she said, I think the future, but it's not in 4 or 5 years away, it's like 20 years, is promote direct conversion of fibroblasts into papillae. Something like this will take decades. We don't know how to do that yet. So this article finally comes together and says, I'm hoping that Dr. Higgins will change her prediction to 10 years if her lab and research work gets significantly more resources as a result of HairClone. Thankfully, she said that she was not exactly sure about Dr. Susie's work, and neither did she list Shiseido's trials in Japan in her list of ongoing trial examples. So maybe she is just entirely focused on her own work and not following others too much. It says that the company website has some typos, flow issues, and seems somewhat haphazardly put together at the moment, and even includes hello world and placeholder type images. So, you know, that would indicate, like, I mean, from a very superficial level, that they're not really marketing, they're not ready to go to market, if that's where their website is, you know, that they're still kind of developing the technology, and they don't have the investment and all that kind of stuff ready to go at a moment's notice. So, you know, that could mean something, could mean not, it could mean that they're just focused on the research and stuff like that. And the last update from this comes as of May 21st, 2021. So this was an update, you know, maybe half a year ago. So that's interesting. But let's just take a look at their website, shall we? Let's see if we can even find it. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so this right here is the website. It looks like they have, you know, a community right here. Dr. Jeff Epstein becomes HairClone's newest clinical partner. I hope it's not like Epstein that we know about. Yeah, so I mean, this is interesting, right? On the funding page, it says this is a complex, heavily regulated process when it comes to funding and getting it through the FDA and the MHRA and the EMA. But their strategy is to develop follicular extraction, cryopreservation, banking, cell expansion, cell delivery processes in parallel. They're generating funding to carry out this research and clinical development in a number of ways. Clinic memberships, follicle banking and storage, cell treatment. When developed, patients and clients can pay to have their hair follicles extracted, cryopreserved, and stored. That's interesting. So they think that they can make a one-off annual or monthly revenue channel right here through, you know, people's preferences. Clinical partnerships will be developed with leading transplant clinics around the world who will help to develop the therapy and also be the first to offer this to patients when available. Cell treatment, that they'll be able to basically, it sounds like, do injections every 2 to 3 years and get revenue through that. So this is, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it still sounds early. I mean, they're going to be doing testing in 2022, so that's cool. But you know, that doesn't sound like it's going to hit the main market that soon. We're not talking about like 2022 as far as hitting the market. You know, we're talking about a couple more years, maybe, if everything goes well. But still, really cool. Wanted to share this with you just because it just came out literally yesterday. You guys will be seeing this. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of this. If you like content like this, updates, and if you guys want to share your hair loss story on this channel, I'd love it. Seriously, it means the world to me, and it helps other people, whether you chose a hair system to shave your head, hair transplants, drugs, anything like that. Catch you guys soon.